We all know SpongeBob as part of our childhoods. We all grew up watching the little sponge laughing himself, and we're laughing with him. And but over time, though, we always gotta ask the question of when will SpongeBob end? SpongeBob is now one of the longest running cartoons of all time, alongside with The Simpsons, Family Guy, and so many more. Heck, it was even part of the top 10 longest running cartoons of all time, beating records that was held by other cartoons, and became the face of Nickelodeon. And the company is well known for having SpongeBob as its main mascot, the face, the icon, the one who is basically the Mickey Mouse of the 1990s and the early 2000s and the 2010s to 2020s. But the one question we always ask is, again, when will SpongeBob end? But we all know what Nickelodeon and doesn't want to do. End their cash cow. So when does will end? Probably not for a long time. And we all know how declining that some of the episodes of SpongeBob are. Like, some episodes are good, and some episodes were dog shit. Like, Nick doesn't know how to end a show that is declining in views. Well, it did cancel some shows like Danny Phantom, Tub Puppy, Buds and the Beast, and so many other shows that doesn't deserve the axe. But except for god awful shows like Planet Sheen. Yeah, remember that one? That it's nobody doesn't want to talk about that spin-off. Like Cersei. And speaking of that, we already got two spin-off shows featuring the SpongeBob cast, Cap Coral and the Patrick Star Show. Heck, I even see a little bit of the Patrick Star Show, and I went like, nope, when I was at the gym multiple times, and I kind of like get the feeling that Nick doesn't want to let go of the IP of SpongeBob, even though the creator Steven Hillenburg died years ago. Heck, even Steven Hillenburg said that he wanted to end the series with the SpongeBob movie. Like, it was a perfect send-off to the character that debuted in the book in a different form. If you want to learn what SpongeBob's original look looks like, go check out a video titled The Evolution of SpongeBob SquarePants from another channel. No. Give it a good watch and you'll probably learn more about the iconic Nick icon. Originally, I was about to say something else in the beginning of the video, but I kind of changed it a couple of times. It is nuts that most shows that Nick produces were trying to do their own thing, but most of the time Nickelodeon wanted them to be another SpongeBob. Like, the creator of Edittzz said that they wanted his show about an alien disguising himself as a human to be more like SpongeBob. But we all know what happened. He did not care that Nickelodeon wanted Invader Zim to be like SpongeBob. Because What's the point of having unique shows that have unique art styles, unique characters, unique ideas? Instead, you wanted them to be like SpongeBob 24/7. Nowadays, people are always calling Nickelodeon the Loud House and the SpongeBob channel, since most of the time, SpongeBob and the Loud House are the only series that are playing right now. Hey, you could say that Lincoln Loud is basically the young SpongeBob of the 2010s. And we all know how much that show has been not doing well, so they got a live action show to go outside with the animated show. But this isn't about a house. This is about SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, Nickelodeon announced that they're making another SpongeBob movie that is coming out this year during the holidays, aka Christmas time. And instead of going into streaming services like the last two movies that I didn't watch, only a little bit, instead they're going to theaters, making the third SpongeBob movie to go in theaters. And it's going to be one of those things like, again, Nickelodeon wants to keep SpongeBob going so they can have a record of using so many episodes for one cartoon character. But I'm getting the feeling that if Nickelodeon doesn't get new shows and new cartoons, instead heavily rely on SpongeBob and the Loud House, they're going to be not known as the pioneers of some rivalry with the Disney Channel and Disney itself. Instead, they're going to be like, oh, they're just the guys who make SpongeBob and the Loud House, and some live action show that had questionable jokes. Like, can't SpongeBob just end for, like, I get it, you wanted to have SpongeBob for new generation of fans. But most people say that the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are still the best ones. And meanwhile, the other seasons after season 3 were a hit, a low, a hit, a low, stupid, and nobody cares. Like, people want to know why that SpongeBob as a brand, as a franchise, he's in so many more, is just going to be around in Nickelodeon for a long time. Heck, even some of the voice actors of the SpongeBob cast had done more work outside of SpongeBob. Like, SpongeBob himself voiced more characters outside of the Sponge himself. He was Iron Man in the Superhero Squad show, the Ice King, in from Adventure Time. Heck, he was even part of the Michael Bay Transformers movie. And as for Mr. Krabs' voice actor, he's voicing General Kree in the Invincible show. As for Patrick, he had a kind of like a quick cameo or a small speaking role cameo in Jennifer's Body. And I didn't know that Patrick Star himself was in the show until I watched James and Denise's short of giving us a little fact that the voice of Patrick Star was in the movie. And I was like, dang. I didn't know Patrick can say that. And I don't know, but and I really, really want that the series of SpongeBob can entertain new generation of kids, but most of us think that SpongeBob should have ended years ago. Like, some shows had a good end, and some had one of the worst endings. And some of them are questionable. Like, SpongeBob is a show about a sponge going through his daily life, sometimes at work, sometimes with his friends, sometimes with other fish animals that we could have seen in real life. Instead, SpongeBob is going to be Nickelodeon's cash cow for the next years. Just like how Mickey Mouse is going to be is now in the public domain. Soon in the years to come, when SpongeBob enters the public domain, we all know what's going to happen to SpongeBob. Stupid horror movies, like getting ready for SlenderBob, or SpongeBob, the Sponge of Evil, or SpongeBob, Bikini Murders, or some stuff. But we all know if Nickelodeon will not stop making SpongeBob episodes, new movies, spin-offs, and probably one day in the future they will make a crossover between SpongeBob and the Wild House. Yeah. That's it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a comment down below. What you think about the declining of SpongeBob? Should Nickelodeon just ended the series? And this is Anime and Tokyo All-Star X here. Peacing out.